I am live. Alright, let's fucking go. Yo, if y'all could see me, just excuse a nigga because I don't know what the fuck I am doing. So please excuse a nigga if you can see me. Yeah, man. So, what's up? What's up, ladies and gents? I have no fucking clue if y'all can see me right now. I'm trying to actually figure that shit out right now. So, y'all can see me. Oh, live. There you go. I am live. There we fucking go. All right, cool. Yo, share this shit, man. Shout outs to What's the Word. I did not know what the fuck I was doing setting this up whatsoever. So I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. We're gonna do our very best though. Alright, cool. Alright, listen, man, we a little early. I went live completely accidentally. I sound old as fuck. Where dude? I sound like an old nigga. I definitely went live completely accidentally. I ain't never used StreamYard before, so excuse the nigga. Congratulations, you guys are tuned in to the second installment of Cityy Views. We got a couple of minutes. We waiting on our guest. I already tapped in with Poison Pen. 7 minutes from now, he'll be live and direct. Y'all know my slogan: unfollow me on all social media. You already know what it is. I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. The last episode went incredibly well. Episode 1. Well, with that's not, if y'all didn't check it, it's on my Facebook Live. It's gonna be the first one that's actually on my Facebook Live. From now on, we're gonna be doing the episodes right here on What's the Word. If you guys don't know what What's the Word is, it is a platform, a media platform in New England. Uh, it's a home of Battle Rap's First Take, which has been live and direct for a little bit less than a year, if I'm not mistaken. It might be a year flat. You know what I'm saying? But it's a media platform for New England. So we decided to, I reached out to D Nice, and we're gonna start doing the show here. Now, my goal is to have an episode every Monday and every Thursday. That's my goal. We're just gonna keep working. I already got a couple of episodes lined up with a couple of really, really dope people, from all over. It's not just gonna be a New England show, which is something I really wanted to exemplify today by having the absolutely legendary Poison Pen on. He'll be on shortly. You know what I'm saying? But what's the word? What's the word, ladies and gentlemen? I appreciate y'all. Stopping by the channel, man. We had a really good turnout on Monday, so I'm hoping we have a really good turnout today. I know it's a little bit different. My Facebook, when I go live on my Facebook, my followers immediately see that. So it's gonna be a little bit of a transition, but what's the word has a good following, so hopefully we get a good turnout. We got some really interesting questions today, man. We got some interesting questions today from Poison Pen. For those not familiar with Poison Pen, hold on, you just said me. For those not familiar with Poison Pen, I don't know why you wouldn't be familiar with Poison Pen, but Poison Pen is one of the pioneers and staples of our current format of battle rap. The way battle rap currently is formatted, with people traveling all over the country and having time battles and having rounds and all that good shit. Poison Pen is one of the originators of this format. Uh, I'll give you a little history lesson. He said he's gonna be about 7 minutes, so I'm gonna give you a little history lesson. For those that don't know, there was a battle league in Canada, in Nova Scotia, actually, and forgive me Organic will be upset with me for forgetting the name, but it escapes me in the moment. There's a battle rap, not even really a league. This is before the term league even really became a thing. And they would do, time battles, rounds and shit like that. And rest in peace, Pat Stay. Pat Stay was actually really the first person to take it to that level where it was kind of like a league, and have people battle each other, prepared. Uh, this is right out of the freestyle era of battle rap. When people would come in and they knew who their opponent was, and that's kind of where the pre-writing really started taking place for battles, which is what spawned. With Direct took that idea and he kind of made it. Well, not kind of. He made it, a much bigger platform for us as MCs, and he created Grind Time, and then Grind Time expanded to having regions, which is how you got battles like Hollow the Dawn, battling Conceited, or rather, let's say Conceited versus Awkwards, and these type of battles where you got people from the West Coast and people from the East Coast battling each other. So really, Poison Pen is a pioneer in this game to the absolute highest level, because he ran Grind Time East Coast alongside Sarah Connor and a lot of other members, D-Rec being one of them, of that original staff. You know what I'm saying? So everything that you guys enjoy and see right now, to a certain extent, has been brought to you by Poison Pen and the original foundational members of Grind Time. Obviously, the East Coast was the first really big platform for battle rap when we came up off Smack DVD, and it became Smack, and then Smack from Smack to URL TV. So really, everything we do right now, we owe it to Pat Stay. We owe it to Direct. Direct. We owe it to Team Hami. So ultimate salute, ultimate shout out to those foundational members, those forefathers of what we call battle rap in this day and age. It was really important for me to get somebody like Poison Pen, not really somebody like, to get Poison Pen specifically on this platform, because Pen not only is a foundational member of everything we got going on right now, your URLs, RBEs, King of the Dots, iBattles, Riots, TBLs, Bullpen, Gates of the Guard, and all these leagues that you guys enjoy viewing. If it wasn't for Poison Pen and it wasn't for those foundational members, we wouldn't be here, right? But Pen specifically, for those that don't know, he helped facilitate a lot of situations that I've been able to have in battle rap. And when I say help facilitate, it wasn't necessarily that he got me plates or he guided me through things, and he did it in many regards. But the reason why I have such a high regard and respect for Poison Pen is because multiple people have told me on multiple different occasions, without even being prompted, without being asked, multiple people have told me that he has spoke of me highly when I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? When people were putting cars together, or people were, kind of having those conversations, those foundational conversations where it's like, yo, who do you guys want to see? Who do you feel like deserves a platform? There's been many times I've been told that Poison Pen was in those rooms and in those meetings saying, yo, you know who you got to really fuck with? Cityy Towers from Connecticut. So I have a huge respect, for Poison Pen. And you guys all should have. If you don't know, if you're not on your history, if you don't understand the history of this part of the culture, you really need to get up on it, because it's important. You know what I'm saying? It's important to know those foundational roots and where we come from as a culture. So I'm really excited to have him on today. We have some super dope questions. He says he's about 2 or 3 minutes away. Yo, Tariq LaFlair. Shout out to Tariq LaFlair, man. Just got on the RBE joint. Pardon me, because I don't even know what that's called. You know what I'm saying? But Shout out to Tariq LaFleur, man. You gonna kill it over there. I'm sure you are. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to What's the Word, man. If you're not already following What's the Word, on Instagram, on X, I fucking hate that, but X, on Facebook, definitely give them a like, give them a follow. I'm gonna grab an ashtray. I'll be right back. I'm right here, man. I ain't going far. We'll grab ourselves a little. Poison Pen is one of those dudes that if you don't already know him, like Cap Yuff just said, you need to. You need to do your history and you need to understand, you know what I'm saying? It's the equivalent of not knowing who Grandmaster Flash is, or it's the equivalent of not knowing who Cool Herc is. You know what I'm saying? Or it's the equivalent of seeing Melly Mel bugging out, talking shit about Eminem and not having respect for at least him having an opinion because of how, he's one of those real pillars of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's really that same type of level of respect and honor that we should have for somebody like Poison Pen. So I'm really excited to have him on today. Like I said, we got some really dope questions. This platform is really all about the origin stories of battle rap, right? The origin stories of battlers, of groups, of movements. I'm really big on that. Is the organic part of battle rap. You see these interviews and or these lives and shit, and niggas don't really be sticking to the topics, right? We really be in that zone where all we ever talk about is what's now, what's current, what's coming, and the reason why I'm doing this is to highlight, the up and comers and the people that really don't get the platform to be able to showcase their talent and tell the world who they are, and also shed light on originators, on legends such as Poison Pen and other guests that we're gonna have on. I'm locked in with a couple of people that have some really dope episodes where we're gonna get some dope history in. But yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate y'all tuning in. It's gonna be a very dope episode. I'm excited for today. And if you wasn't in tune when I started talking originally, we're gonna try to do this every Monday and every Thursday. Every Monday, every Thursday, 2 episodes a week. We're gonna have some of your favorites up here, and we also gonna have a couple of people that you might not even heard of. And that's the whole point, right? To really get in tune with the people and the culture that are originators. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you only a year in the game. If you're original, if you're somebody that like one person that I'll give you a little hint. One person I'm very excited to have on, and we're not locked in yet, but is Prez Mafia. If you guys know Prez Mafia has had many different tribulations throughout his career. He got caught stealing some rhymes, back in the day, and he had a little, bad situation happen to him in the projects, and all these little bullshit situations and rumors that you guys have heard or maybe not have heard, but the culture, shook the culture. But he's also somebody that originated a style that a lot of your favorites have adopted to this day and have taken and ran with to this day. He's arguably one of the top 5 most influential battle rappers ever, style-wise. And he doesn't get that credit. He doesn't, you really got to know the origin and know the story or have been there for that moment. He's not a nigga that gets millions of views. You know what I'm saying? So we really want to talk to those type of people to let those stories tell themselves and let those people, have an outlet to share their experience and, kind of their viewpoint on everything that happened in battle rap. So once again, this whole platform, the whole point of this platform is to shed light and to be unbiased. It's to let the guests speak. That's another thing. I see a lot of people that interview, man, and they just talk. And they talk over their guests and they argue. They want to be antagonists and, try to do shit for the views. Like, it's cool. I ain't mad at nobody's method. But here we're going to try to do something a little different. We're going to try to be organic. It's gonna be all love. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely excited for it. You check on Pen real quick. I know I'm gorgeous. I know y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all happy to see me, but it's not about me. Not about me. Not about me. So no priority where you are. And look, man, if if y'all guys, if y'all really like, the concept of the show, comment down in the comment section, man, and let me know who you guys would like to see up here. You know what I'm saying? If there's anybody that you would like to see up here, especially not just your favorite rappers, man. Like for real, like those people with the untold stories. You know what I'm saying? And people or the MCs that you would like to hear their origin stories and shit like that. Like people like that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely comment below and let us know who you would like to see up here. I'm tapped in with pretty much fucking everybody, so there's not really nobody I can't get up here. You know what I'm saying? From Tommy Two Shoes, from Backyard Battle Leagues to Lux. You know what I'm saying? I could get anybody up here. I'm tapped in with everybody, so don't be shy. Definitely let me know, what you guys would like to learn. Because that's what this is about, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the last episode, if you haven't seen the last episode, we talked to S. Dot from New England, from TBL, from Wolf Den. We learned a lot of cool things. Something I didn't even know was that S. Dot, he wasn't really, like, tuned into battle rap or any battle rappers. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know anybody in battle rap before he, jumped into the scene, which is dope to know. You know what I'm saying? And his origin story really starts with a friend of his coming into to battle rap and saying like, yo, I got this battle on Saturday, pull up with me, da da da, and then from there, he gets into a conversation with somebody, and that conversation ends up turning into him deciding to jump into battle rap, and now he's one of the most relevant, battle rappers in New England, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? D Critical, I see that No Mercy will be, be a great interview. I mean, Rob Trey, I see you. Black Diamond, Daylight, absolutely. Tusabe said, Diego Diablo. I love that, Diego. That's a great one right there. All right, hold on. Let's bring Pen up. Pardon me too, man. Pardon me for not knowing what the fuck I'm doing. All right,
Yo,
my
what up?
brother,
What's good, my bro?
still alive, man. Still alive. I appreciate you coming on to the show today, man.
You already. What's
Yeah,
good
man. I
with you,
know you were a
baby?
little tied up, but we gonna do our best to run through this, but still have a good time, man. So for those that don't know, everybody should, but for those that don't know, if you could introduce yourself.
Yo, my name Pen, yo, Poison Pen. Best stop Brooklyn, Notion Ave, man. You know, I've been
Absolutely,
around.
and I could attest to that too, man. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I've seen you in Brooklyn, you was damn sure I know Stradab. That's a fact.
You been to Notion Ave, son. You been to the block, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, you know how it is.
You know, a lot of niggas know, but a lot of niggas say certain shit, but then when you see them, you like, that's not where it's sunset. You know what I mean? Like, nah, well, I'll be where I say I'm at. You feel me?
Yeah, that's a fact, and you know how it is too. A lot of niggas they don't want to pull up. They don't want to pull up to the hood.
Hell yeah. Hell
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Like I said, I really appreciate you. You giving me a little bit of your time, man. So first and foremost, I really just want to start with the name, man. How'd that come about? Poison Pen.
Man, that's the name I have from since I was in school, to be honest, man. When I was a kid, messing around when it was just we just playing around with it, didn't not knowing that it was gonna be something that was gonna last for a lifetime. You feel me? That was we used to, I come from the ciphers and shit, running around ciphers, freestyle and all that bullshit, you know what I mean? And I didn't have a rap name when I was growing up. You feel me? I just used my regular name. You know what I'm saying? So And my name, my first name start with an L. You feel me? So I didn't have so people. I'd just be L. You know what I mean? Yo, what
L,
up?
yeah.
Yo, it's L. But as a kid coming up, there was a bunch of L's that came before me. So like, if it was just like, yo, what's your name? And I'm like L. You know what I mean? Like, couldn't be Big L. You feel me? Even though I was big and I was L. You know what I mean? I couldn't be Big L.
Yeah, yeah, of
There was a,
course.
there
Shout
was
outs to Big
there's
L,
a
rest in peace.
yeah, rest in peace to the bro. There's a motherfucker out years before me that was a Big L. You know what I mean? L Boogie, that's Lauren Hill. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, that's facts, that's facts.
So I really couldn't do nothing with my name per se. So I was just trying to figure out a name, and I was like reading a newspaper or something, man. I because I used to read a whole lot. I mean, reading is fundamental. Remember that old school shit. Reading is
That's
fundamental
facts.
for real. But I used to always be intrigued with reading for whatever reason, and that's a good thing. A lot of motherfuckers wasn't, but I used to always read and shit. And when I saw an article about it was an article in I don't know, it might have been the Daily News, the New York Daily News or some shit. But it was an article and the headline was like poison pen. And I was like, yo, that's kind of ill. You know what I'm saying? So I seen the headline and I seen just the poison pen. And for some reason it just like it sounded like somebody needed to be rapping under that shit. You feel me? So I was just like,
Yeah,
poison
yeah, it
pen.
resonated.
Right. And then plus on top of that, at that time, everybody was just punchlines and shit like that. So it kind of made sense with the style that people were using at the time, what I was using at the time. You know what I mean? Because I was always
Oh, you froze on me. You froze on me. Hold on, hold on. Let me make sure y'all can see me still in there.
ooh,
Yeah. Yep.
you,
Yep.
yo, you,
Yeah. Yeah. There
you,
you go.
you got me.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, did you hear what I said? Oh no.
Yeah. So the last thing I heard was it was a sign of the times. Everybody was doing the punchlines at the time, so it resonated with the kind of what was going on in the moment.
Yeah, so I just chose that and I just ran with it, not realizing that it was gonna be something that was gonna stick with me forever. And my thing is like I put in so much work under that moniker. It really didn't make sense to switch it up. You know what I mean? It's funny because Math Hoffa is, it's my good brother. You know what I'm saying? He from the hood and all that. And he been telling me to change my name for forever. He be saying he be on his podcast telling motherfuckers that I should change my name and all that. I should go by my real name and this and that. But I'm like, yo, my thing is I could, but it's like when you build so much under one thing, it's like for me to just drop that shit all and just be like, oh yeah, but I'm this. It's like you kind of shooting yourself in the foot. So I'm like, yo, it's the name that niggas know me as. So it's the name I just run with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it. As in hindsight, realizing that something was gonna stick with me for such a long time, I might have thought about it a little bit longer, but I didn't realize that this was gonna be a career path, like at all. Who
Yeah.
knew that? You feel me? But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and it's crazy, man, because like you said, like so much history that comes behind the name. You know what I'm saying? Before we really get tap into the actual history and all the things that you've done for this culture, like what was your first experience with battle rap? How did you kind of get into the scene, even maybe before the structured version that we see today?
I mean battling. Honestly, that's how we first started rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you talk to a dude, you talk to a New York City public school person. You feel me? I had to ride the train every day. You understand what I'm saying? So we was already a confrontational type culture. You feel me? So we started from that aspect. We didn't start on some, I'm gonna make some music and I'm gonna do shows and I'm gonna put out records. We started on some, we samurais. Like we over here, niggas over there nice, let's go over there. Niggas over there nice, let's go over there. So it started from that. You know what I mean? Because the era I was in, like if you everything you said, you kind of had to prove that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like nowadays you can pretty much say you're whatever you want to be, and people just have to accept it because that's what you identify with. You know what I'm saying? Whereas before, if you whatever you said you did, music or not, you had to prove that shit. So I came in from that aspect. So it was always a competitive type nature for me. So like whether I was on the train, like okay, I'm on the train riding back to the star, ride back to Bed Stuy, like I'm gonna encounter another niggas from another 20 schools on my way on my damn near hour ride back to the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So it was always like, all right, stay ready. So it was always a competition. Like, all right, so I know when I'm over here, I'm gonna see these niggas. I gotta be ready for them over here. I gotta prepare some shit, whatever, whatever. So it was kind of always, even though it wasn't the structured what it is today, it was always like it's for me though. It came from the competitive side first, and it turned into everything else because that was just how we spoke, and everything was, you know, we come from a combative kind of culture.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, you one of the real like pillars of this game. You know what I'm saying? One of the visionaries of this game. If I know my history correctly, they had a league up in Nova Scotia. It's kind of this is where Pat Stay had came from, and Pat was kind of the first person that kind of put it into that format of a league. And direct saw it and was like, oh, this is something that could be big. We could really do this kind of like in chapters or regions, and he started Grind Time. So what's your relationship with Direct? Like, how did you get to be one of those leaders, one of those visionaries that was pioneering the whole kind of like the roadmap for how we got here today? Because if I'm not mistaken, you alongside Sarah Connor, maybe a couple other people, y'all ran Grind Time East Coast. So how did that come about?
All right. Um, I'll tell you like this. First of all, yeah, Direct is my brother. Direct is my brother. I talk to Direct all the time. I spoke to Direct earlier today. That's my brother forever. But to be fair, I was introduced to the grind time thing by two people, and none of them was Direct. It's funny because Direct is someone that I met because of grind time and ended up becoming one of my closest friends. But he didn't bring me into the grind time fold. Um, Matt Ills, Matt Ills put me onto the grind time situation first. I knew Matt Ills from from the circuit doing shows and events. You know what I'm saying? I know Matt Ills for years. And we used to always go out to Florida, and Matt Ills used to throw part. It's allergy season, by the way, so don't think I'm
You
spring
good? You
just
good?
started. I ain't got no clarity, so I got a part in the gut. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I'm over here like this baby. It's allergies and shit.
Nah, you good? You good?
But yeah. So Matt Ills, Matt Ills brought me in. Well, Matt Ills informed me of the grind time thing first before grind time even started. He was always telling me about the grandiose. Like Matt Ills was in Florida. Matt Ills was in Florida throwing events and things of that nature before grind time was even a thing. He had lounge battles and things of that nature, which is a battle series that was before grind time.
This
Wasn't
was
the
all
exact same.
freestyle, or this was written prepared?
Um, lounge battles was more freestyle. It was more freestyle.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But Matt Ills was doing a bunch of things beforehand, and he told me. I remember when he was telling me the ideas of yo, I'm trying to do this, this, and that, and was giving me like the groundwork for what a grind time would be. You know what I mean? And so I was giving him advice before the grind time thing even started because he that was my man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I'm still cool with Matt Ills. People, a lot of people feel some kind of way
Yeah,
about Matt Ills. Me and Matt
he
Ills
gets a lot of
ain't
bad
got.
rap.
Yeah, so I always want to give respect to Matt Ills, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. We could, you know what I mean? It's what it is. What it is. I try to give everybody the proper credit, man. Even if I don't get mine, I try to give everybody the proper credit. So shout out to Matt Ills, you know what I'm saying? So he was telling me what he was developing and all that. So I already knew what it was from the inception, but I wasn't a part of it. But what brought me into the fold, they had branched out and had their divisions. They started doing the divisions all around the country and everything. And they had Grind Time New York now, who actually brought me into the Grind Time fold because I knew people from all sides. Like I said, I already knew Matt Ills, you know what I'm saying? But who brought me into Grind Time was my big brother, you know what I'm saying? PH.
Shout out
PH bought
PH, man. Rest in peace.
rest in peace, my brother PH. You know what I'm saying? Now PH is a nigga I know from Brooklyn, a nigga I know from the hood. You know what I'm saying? I know PH from like I met PH in the lunchroom. He didn't even go to my school. First of all, I met PH in the lunchroom. He didn't go to my school, and he was older than me, so he didn't belong to anyone. You know what I'm saying? But I met PH. That's how far me and PH go back. You feel me? So I know PH from forever. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. You know what I mean? And he linked up with Grind Time way before I did. So when they had the New York division, it was who ran the New York division first was Jay's Juice. It was Jay's Juice. It was Jay's Juice, and then I believe from Jay's Juice, him and PH linked. I can't answer how they linked up. This is before I was officially a part of it, but Jay's Juice was, like I said, I'm about to give people the credit. Jay's Juice was the first I guess division, whatever what they call them, general managers, whatever they call them at the time, presidents,
Yeah.
whatever. Jay's Juice was the first leader of Grind. It was Grind Time New York at the time. And then Jay's Juice and PH linked up via whatever avenues. I don't know how they formed their partnership. And we all knew each other, but I don't know how they linked up though. I can't answer that. But anyway, so it went from Jay's Juice, and then Jay's Juice brought PH in. Well, they started co-captaining the whole team and shit like that. Now, when they were doing it, it was dope, but it was very early in the stages. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't really weed out. They didn't really weed out talent. It was pretty much, there was a lot of dope people, but it wasn't as much quality control.
Anybody that showed up could battle.
Right. And PH, I say like this, PH was a creative visionary, like a motherfucker. But a lot of shit behind the scene, the business wise shit, he needed a lot of help with. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where I stepped in first because it was, I was already throwing the bread, sponsoring events before it was a thing. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? From my years of being a independent artist, I've been, I had relationships with damn near every venue out here. So a lot of times I would get venues for, not all the time, but a lot of the times, if it wasn't me, it was my man G, he was part of my man GMS or my man Blitz. But anyway, I would do a lot of things for PH on the side, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Sponsor something, throw some bread, get it back on the quiet side. Like it was before I was even a part of it. But then I'm realizing I'm having more and more input anyway. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We do this,
Yeah.
yo. You know what I mean? So I'm giving him more and more input as it's going along. And it's funny because when he was trying to initially bring me into the fold, I was on, I've had a number of, I've been doing this indie rap shit forever. You know what I'm saying? So like, at that time I had two records out. I was on tour. I was hosting the Rock the Bells tour. We was doing festivals and shit like that. So PH was like, yo, I need you to help me with this battle shit. I'm like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about that battle shit, bro. Like, I don't care about none of that. I'm over here, so you know what I mean? But then, for me helping him out, and then he was always like, I didn't go like the first however many of initial Grind Time New York events. I wasn't there, but he would send me, and I would always get the updates, and then I'm getting acquainted with everybody, and I'm like, all right, well, then I start seeing, damn, there's some motherfuckers we could work with. You know what I mean? There was niggas from our hood that like Cole was from up the block, you know what I'm saying? So that's my man from the hood, you know what I mean? So there's people I'm like, okay, Hollow, Nina and Hollow in there, shit like that. So I'm starting to see like, okay, there's things that we could work with, like, and there's things that we could work with. And then we there was an event, there was a tryout event, and then I would come through and judge and shit like that. And what officially brought me to Grand Time, we had a tryout event in Greenpoint, Brooklyn and shit. And that one day, the one day we got like all from a tryout. And this and I was like, yo, we need to do more tryouts. And then we started, that's down the line. But we did one tryout, and I think in that one tryout we got DNA, who was a fucking teenager. DNA was like 16 or something. We had like DNA, we got Amzilla, I think Roan and Moneybags all in like a tryout.
Wow, that's crazy.
And yeah, and I was just like, wow, okay, we got some talent. You know what I'm saying? And so I started, getting more invested in the shit and started realizing like, oh, these motherfuckers, we got something to work with over here. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a money thing at first because it wasn't like motherfuckers was making wild bread, but I saw, and this is like, and obviously this is before there was a URL, all of that shit. You know what I mean? The only quote unquote, I guess, league was the Canadians on that Pat was a part of, the Elements League.
Elements League, yeah,
Yeah, so I get them their credit too. That they didn't branch out to what we did, but well, I guess that kind of went right in the King of the Dot thing, even though it's not the same league. But
yeah, yeah.
they got Pat Stay, they top guys. So I mean, they need some credit. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, so I started, seeing what we could do, and I'm like, and I started really, like, all right, yo, I enjoy this. Like, I see the talent, and I'm always like, if anyone from the scene out here knows me, all I do is lend people helping hands. That's kind of my nature. I'm like the big bro. Even before I was big bro age or status, I would always. That's always how I was, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've throughout my travels, I've met a lot of people. I do a lot of different things beyond just battle. I do battle rap is like a fucking portion, a tiny portion. I don't even really care like that no more. But like if like I was doing shit like voiceover work, doing video games, and what I mean, doing the music and the touring, and I was getting a lot of placements. I was getting people like I got a lot of people like when 106 and Park was popping. I got Geno 106 and Park. Um,
Wow.
yeah, I got Geno 106. My man KM was a champ. Like I, I linked them up with quite a few people. You know what I'm saying? That took it far. And obviously everybody know what Jen did if you know this battle rap shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, one of the
yeah,
originators. Yeah, so that's. Can you
yeah.
speak to that? Can you speak to that a little bit more, actually? Because and before you jumped on, what I'm saying, I was actually saying, one of the big reasons, I respect what you did in this culture generally, but one of the big reasons I'm so attached, to your brand and what you bring to the table is because there's been plenty of times where people will tell me, you spoke highly of me,
Hell yeah.
and you kind of
My guy.
represented for me when I wasn't in the room. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it's supposed to be.
And that means so much to me because there's never been one time where you actually hit my phone or text me or call me and tell me like, yo, I told these niggas to come fuck with you. Like, that's never happened. There's not been one
Yeah.
time where you ever actually took any credit for anything you did. But then years later, through a conversation I'll be having organically, people will tell me like, oh yeah, I was here. You know what I'm saying? And Penn was there and we was talking about, potential matchups or talent and this and that. And he would bring your name up, and I always respected that so heavily. So what's what are ways that you've helped, battlers or, leagues aside from just grind time kind of, get their position in this culture?
Hold on. Let me wrap that other question up first, though.
Yeah,
All right, let me wrap because I knew I tell you we're gonna be on half hour, but there's too much to talk about.
yeah.
All right, to wrap up that shit, we did a tryout. We got all them guys that day, and I started seeing how like wow. And then I started paying attention to all of the battles, and then I started coming to pitch with more ideas. Like yo, we need to, trim the lineup down. I can get us in the big venues. I could get certain people to co-host and pull up. And if you know, like I don't too like you can. All I say you can look online and see if I don't get. Like I said, I spoke about you and never said nothing. That's how I move in my career too. Like I do it and just I keep it pushing. Like it'll show for itself. But the point I'm getting at is a lot of the shit that a lot of people get credit for. I was doing that, and it was all from my relationships from indie, like from my music travels and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? So like having guests pull up and Styles P and people like that. That was just all a part of what I knew already. The venues, this is shit that I was already utilizing from me rapping and shit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, PH finally was like, yo, I want you to, instead of just holding me down, I want you to be an official part of this. I want you to be an official part of this. And I'm like, and then I finally was like, yeah, fuck it, I got you. You know what I mean? So I came into the fold. There was an event. I don't remember the name of the event because it was so long ago, but it was an event. And matter of fact, I think me and Swave kind of had made our grind time debuts the same day, as far as being like the day Swave had his first grind time battle. I was introduced as the I guess the number two to PH or whatever.
Hmm.
So from that point on, I was officially a part of grind time, and so that's how I joined the ranks of that. You know what I mean? We can go on and off of that forever, but go back to what you said. I
Yeah,
just wanted to
now
wrap
yeah,
that up.
and
I
quick,
wanted to wrap
yeah,
that
yeah,
question
nah,
up
of
before we
course.
got back to that. Yeah.
Of course, Ian, and big shout outs to PH, man. Rest in peace, man. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those dudes, man, where I was just really building with him, right before he
Hmm.
passed. And listen, if you a battle rap head, man, if you really really into the culture, man, go to there's the Growing Fifth, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's the
Yeah,
Growing
Fifth
Fifth. Yeah,
Fifth
go to the
Avenue,
Growing
Grove,
Fifth,
Park
man.
Slope. Yep.
Yeah, Park Slope. Yeah, so go to Park Slope. Go to the Growing Fifth, man. You'll see that's Robert P.H. Diaz Avenue,
Way.
and
PhD as
way.
way. Yep.
And that's
Hmm.
and imagine being so legendary. You know what I'm saying, that after you pass, you get a street named after you. Like
And
that's
that
incredible.
and that alone shows the influence. People can act like, or people, can downplay certain accomplishments and shit like that. But bro, that a majority of the recognition he got was from his battle rap shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And my man never went gold platinum. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when someone's alive, he probably I know he didn't feel like he got a lot of things that he felt he deserved. That's just being real.
yeah,
Like they ain't. So the fact that that happened, like that, we got a street named after my boy, and this is Brooklyn, bro. This is like no disrespect to nobody's town, but this is a pretty big town. You understand what I'm
yeah.
trying to say?
This ain't a random ass town in Mississippi. Yeah, this is
You
Brooklyn.
know, so you a street in Brooklyn in the most populated borough, a place that everybody, even if you don't love this place, everybody come to New York at least once, bro. Like this is New York, not talking shit, but talking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So my son got a block named after him. Like that is very historical. That means the things that he did carry such a huge impact culturally. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that shit came from this battle rap shit, yo. Facts.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so on here, I'm really big on the origin stories. You know what I'm saying, and giving the credit where it's due. So back to that question, like what are certain ways that you've helped cultivate artists, and and help them kind of launch their career in battle rap, and and people take notes. You know what I'm saying, because if you have any type of clout or any type of credibility, any type of connections, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of really, really pay attention, man, because there's ways that sometimes you don't even realize you could help.
Yeah.
What I'm saying? So what are certain ways you help highlight, careers for some of these battle rappers that have become stars now?
What have I done? What have I done for them? Oh my goodness. I can't so many different things, man. I have a pretty decent ear for talent. You know what I'm saying? He's rapping and shit like that. I've been around motherfuckers rapping my whole life. You know what I mean? So um like but it takes more than that. It takes like first of all, I gotta see that you want this for real. This wild MCs, wild rappers, whatever you want to call them, that are nice, that are good, that put words together nice, that put words together decently. They're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Everybody rap, especially if you from an area such as where we from. You know, you from Bridgeport. I'm from Bed Stuy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
I bet you if you throw a bottle out a window, you hit a rapper in the head, but you know what I'm saying, just
yeah,
by mistake. You know what I'm saying? But it's just certain attribute. When certain attributes show, it's like I have a I don't know. I got a big talent. I got a big network of friends. You know what I'm saying? And I like I said, I like putting people. I like helping further people's careers. So if I see people fit certain categories and I know this is something I could do for them, I'll do it. I'll give you a perfect example. When I was doing the grind time shit, I was also and this is shit like and this shit like I said, like most of the shit that I do, everybody else would be fucking throwing that shit all over social media, like yo. It's like yo, son, I live my life like how them old graph writers live their lives. You ain't see them niggas' faces, you just saw them up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
All you saw was the tag somewhere, all you saw was the burner on something. You ain't necessarily see that nigga, but you know something was there. That's how I live my shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't, you know what I mean? I don't be sitting there trying to, yo, tweet and post everything I do. Like you see the work, you see, but that's probably why I'm so underrated too. I don't get the credit because I don't be up there giving myself the credit. But
Yeah, me,
I
me
would
and
do
my big brother, we got this saying. It's our stories are never told because we never tell stories.
it. That's I need to steal that. But I was doing shit like beyond battle rap shit. Like um I was putting people on Jimmy Fallon and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I was getting people on late night television, like and just on the strength. So like there's always a avenue or lane or something that I got that I could put people's talent in. Now, what I do is if I if I fucks with you, you know what I'm saying? I see you got a talent, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do everything I can to make you better, to develop you as a bigger entity, and I got a laundry list of people I've done that for. You know what I'm saying? And it's just I don't know. My thing is I always felt that you got to pay shit forward. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay shit forward. And hip hop is like hip hop. Even though hip hop is like 50 whatever now and shit, and so it's not as young as it once was. But in the scheme of things, in music, that shit still is mad young. Like, but what people need to realize is hip hop is youth culture first and foremost. You know what I mean? It started with the youth. Like so with that being said, that doesn't mean you can't be. I mean, all the old school niggas is like matter of fact, my pops went to school. Like I could tell you old school niggas that ran with my family. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like my pops worked with salt and pepper in them and um Cutmaster DC, like all them '80s Brooklyn niggas and all that. You know what I'm saying? So my shit is. But anyway, before I start rambling, hip hop, you gotta pay. You gotta you know what I'm saying? You gotta realize that hip hop is youth culture. So if you don't do things to keep the shit going, if you don't pass your attributes or shit that or traits or things that could help develop the youth, then don't complain about how niggas is trash. Don't complain about how this ain't the shit you fuck with. I don't want to hear none of that. If you as somebody that's in this culture didn't show the people that was seeking guidance and shit how to get it, then shut the fuck up. You feel me? Hip hop is youth culture. You gotta be able to relate to the youth or give to the youth to keep the ball rolling and for you to stay relevant as well. And that don't mean like and my thing is I'm not an old ass man. I'm definitely grown. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm definitely not as old as hip hop, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, facts, facts.
But the shit is like you gotta hip hop is youth culture. The shit started as a fucking as a fucking school as a back to school party in the fucking Bronx fucking rec room or some shit. Hip hop was started by a bunch of motherfuckers. That was like Kool Herc was probably like not, in his fucking teens, 20s at the time, and everybody in the party was like 15. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So hip hop is youth culture. You got to be able to give back to the youth at all times. You got to give back, and the youth. That don't mean that's just people younger than you. That's just giving back to the culture, so it keeps going. A lot of people take from the culture and don't give back. Don't spread the attributes. Don't tell people how to stay true to what we do or and I've always felt like I had to pass shit on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not selfish. Like I never had a problem, you know what I mean? Like even when I battled and shit, like as soon as the battle was over, yo, if what you said was fire, I'm gonna give you props. I'm gonna give you that love. Like it's funny, I remember back when Rum and Danny battled back in the day and they kept giving each other that and shit. And I remember people online, that shit back. I'm like, yo, bro, like these niggas really don't hate each other. Said both of them niggas was fire. Like that's the shit that I like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was
Yeah.
competition, but it was like it wasn't saying that. Oh, this nigga, you know that nigga want ass, bro. You know that nigga want ass. Stop acting like that nigga was ass because you battling a nigga. So I never had a problem giving nigga giving motherfucker they respect. Like, oh, that shit was crazy, bro. So like, so because it don't take away from mine. It don't take away from me. Like it don't take away from me giving you respect for what you did. You know what I'm saying? That still don't mean I'm not trying to fuck you up or whatever. But still sharp and still, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, absolutely.
I never had problem giving people their respect or like I never had no ego like that. I'm a humble dude. Like I'm a very like when I'm up there talking my shit, the humility's out the window. But in real life, I'm a humble dude. Like you know what I mean. It is what it is. I don't have an ego to that extent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Where I can't just be like, yo, nah, son. That which is why I could go talk about a nigga like Cityy Towers. He don't even be around. It don't take nothing away from me. What the fuck? It actually adds because look, you coming back like yo, Pen, I love you, da da da, it's because because I'm gonna give niggas their credit when they not around. I ain't gonna just be like when you around like yo, my nigga Cityy Towers. Like think about it, you battle Slade. What Slade say? Oh, he know you. He know I speak highly of you. That's why he mentioned me in the battle. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But that's how like everybody know if I fucks with you, whether you there or not, I'm still gonna be like yo. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that's part of
absolutely.
paying it forward too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, speaking of Swave, man, Team Hami, man, you guys got a real deep roster, man. You got some of the most, the biggest longevity careers and some of the most highly touted, battle rappers in history. When you talk about, PH, rest in peace. When you talk about Swave, even the members that came in after like XL and Jay Murda, and you guys have such depth in your roster, like how you got legends outside of battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like rest in peace,
Sean,
Sean Price.
Sean Price,
You know what I'm saying?
Rock, Helter Skelter, yeah.
Yeah, help the scouts. Jesus, like a real depth in the roster.
Niggas forgot RJ Khan was Hammy too. Niggas forgot that, right?
Wow.
He
Yeah,
was
that's
Hammy too.
yeah. So what is
Niggas forgot
where
that.
did that come about, man? Was that? I mean, I'm pretty sure it happened way before actual battle rap. You know what I'm
Nope.
saying? Nah,
It
nah.
happened. It happened because of Grindtown East Coast. Team Hammy
Okay.
started with Grindtown East Coast. It was pretty much to make a long story short, it was just the like-minded motherfuckers of a certain ilk that fuck with each other from Grindtown East Coast. In a nutshell, that's how it started.
Yeah.
Period.
Who's the original? Who's the original members?
Uh, man, Team Honey had 148,000 niggas, bro. This shit was ridiculous. Um, Ike, Swave, Cortez, uh, PH, like those are like the original ones I can remember. You know what I mean? Of course, I was not day one. I was day like one and a half.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I was right there, but they had, you know what I mean? Obviously, but yeah, don't those. If I remember correctly, that those are the ones that kind of got the core, no pun intended, of the homies together. That was like Slave Ike, Cortez, PH,
okay, okay. Um,
and probably Sarah Connor.
yeah. Shout out to Sarah Connor.
I would say Sarah Connor too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sarah Connor gets a bad rep too, man, because she don't, how she is, man. She don't hold her tongue.
she sure don't.
Yeah, she don't hold her tongue for nobody, man.
That's my
I've been on
sister.
both sides of that, man. She done defended me and she done tore me to shreds. You know what I mean? So I
Oh
definitely
yeah,
know how
yeah.
that
Me too, nigga.
is.
Me too. And
But
that's
that's
my
a
sister.
testament to her character, man. You know what I mean? She ain't the type of person to change for nobody, act different for nobody. I always loved and respected that about her. Oh, all right. So from being there in the inception of all this, watching those baby steps and to grow into Smack DVD turning into URL and King of the Dot, and then you get the UK start doing it in a different format and all these things happening. Um, they got to a certain point where the innovation kind of stopped, right? Everything just kind of elevated at such a fast pace, similar to just hip hop in general, right? It all came at such a fast pace to the point where it was like, okay, what's the next thing that's gonna happen, right? So from that point, which I feel like, I mean, maybe it's I'm not super old neither, but maybe it's the old head in me. I feel like that was the pinnacle. That was really the peak, in so many different ways.
I
Um,
agree.
that was probably, I want to say 2008,
I,
maybe
I
2000, maybe even a little before that.
well, the peak, I would actually say a little bit after that.
Okay, okay. So from
As
there,
far
so
as
let's say,
the first, like as far as when we all got this shit together, there was the first real boom. I would say it would be around the first Summer Madness, around that.
okay,
Like
okay, yeah,
that's when it was everything was like, oh my god, this is, and the whole world was like, oh, like bad rap was new or something, but it was like
yeah, it took it by storm.
everybody was talking about it. Like URL was booming, Grind Time was booming, King of the Dot was booming, I Battle was booming. You know what I mean? Fucking Lions Den was still it was crazy. Like that particular. Anyway, back to what you said. I said I
Yeah,
think a
so,
little bit later.
so that's somewhere between 10 and 15 years ago, right? I mean, somewhere in between that time. So let's call it, for just for the question to have some kind of structure to it. Let's call it 10 years ago. It might have been 12, but let's call it 10 years ago. From then to now, what's the biggest difference you see in battle rap? And not so much in the aspect of having 1,000 leagues now, and 5 leagues per city, and a million saturated battle raps. But like, what do you see as somebody that, and I know you took a step back from the culture to a certain extent, but somebody that can pull a battle on right now in comparison to that time, and just the anticipation of certain matchups, like, what's the biggest difference that you see from now in the game to then?
Uh, one of the bigger differences I see is I mean, there was always the pageantry. You know, I mean, battle rap has evolved into some like hybrid of rap and performance, and that shit damn near Broadway musical shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's shit crazy. It's like half sport, it's half this, it's half that. But one of the major ways it has changed in recent times is well, first of all, everything like it's a lot of grandiose, it's a lot of TMZ type shit going on now.
A
Like,
lot of WWE shit, as they
yeah.
say.
Whereas before it was like, all right, we battling. I mean, yeah, people would do promo and blogs and shit, no doubt. Like that's just promotion. But now it's like people go above and beyond. It's like, and I see shit getting wild personal for something that's really just rap. And I'm like we don't like we really got problems.
Mm-hmm.
Like why? Like yo, my nigga, if we just rapping, like I mean, of course, you know, it's certain things we gonna, like I said, you from Bridgeport, I'm from Brooklyn. We gonna talk what we gonna talk and shit. But like not, but listen, now niggas is pulling up niggas paperwork, and you know what I'm saying, and bringing up motherfuckers family members. It's like, yo, for rap, like just rap, like we rapping, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying. So a lot of that is has kind of got into the game, and I don't necessarily agree with a lot of that. You know, shit evolves though, so you know it is what it is. But there's a whole lot more of that now than before. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the whole culture in general has shifted to, that kind of thing, not just with rap and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, you know, now with everything social media, you know, people comb through everything, and just, you know, everything is pretty much everything is public domain now for whatever reason.
yeah, because I
And
feel
that's
like like, just to piggyback of what you're saying, I feel like, when I first came into the game, almost 12 years ago, you didn't say certain things because the whole entire room understood, like, nobody was gonna be mad at somebody for reacting a certain way for things that you might say, or maybe a dead relative, or what I'm saying, or a certain situation that might be fresh, versus now it's like, somebody will say something that's way over the top, you disrespect your stillborn baby that happened 10 days ago,
yeah,
and
like
then and then
come
you
on,
react a
bro.
certain way, and niggas will be like, why he acting like that? It's just a battle.
But I'm about to speak on another situation when you say that, because you know it's battle rap. Like people act like these words or your actions don't have real consequences and stuff. It's like if we just rapping, like rap, bro. I'm not saying you can't talk no shit. We talking shit, no doubt. But like if it's just rap, like why you like if somebody mention your kid, why your kid gotta look at a battle like and be like, why are you talking about me? You know what I'm saying? Like this,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Because that used to be
Like
almost like a style, like like when Arsenal was coming up, or even like QB was coming up. That was like their style. It was like the
yeah,
disrespect. That was a whole kind of
yeah,
like thing.
disrespect is one thing, but I give you perfect. You said Arsenal, right? Okay, and that's Arsenal. That was Arsenal's whole bag, right? But I remember when Arsenal battled, man. Nigga, I was there for everything. I was right there. I'm standing right there with the UW one. Was one of the UW events years back. Arsenal
Yeah,
battle,
yeah.
man.
I never forget that man. It's one of my favorite math battles.
Right, and I know certain shit was edited out. I know that much. So let's not act like you know what I mean. Like everything still ain't a go. Like if certain things is nah, fam, you can't say that, bro. And even the person such as Arsenal who's known for the disrespect, he still he still knew enough to like, all right, let me like so when the battle came out, certain names wasn't in there, certain information wasn't in there because my nigga, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So even with people that are known for the disrespect, even it's sometimes you gotta be all right, you know what, whatever. And it's just okay, like and even still, like that was a style back at that time. You know what I'm saying? It still wasn't everybody. It
Yeah,
still wasn't the
exactly.
whole. It wasn't the whole culture. Like let me just. Oh, this person died. All right, let me disrespect. Let me disrespect your dead. Like
Yeah,
you know what I
because
mean. So a lot of shit like that going now, and I don't. And like I said, shit evolves, man. So I can't. I don't. There's never a time I'm gonna agree with everything. You feel me? But that's definitely been way more prevalent in the shit now than it was before. You know what I mean?
so how do you feel, kind of with the landscape we got going on, especially with, and this is something that I struggle with this very often, is how many people are let into the game. Um, you know, it's difficult for me to kind of gauge because a part of me is like, in the old era, you would never be here. You would never be allowed to be here, especially saying the certain things you saying. I come from that same time where it's like when you were saying certain shit, especially because when I came in the game, it was still a little bit difficult to get around the country. You know what I'm saying? You was battling
Right.
still within the domain of where you lived or where you could get to, and niggas knew who you were. So if you said certain shit, it wasn't gonna hit because niggas knew you wasn't on that type of time. So,
Hmm.
versus when you was on that type of time, you would say certain shit and maybe somebody else would say it and niggas don't react. But you say it and it's gonna pop because niggas know that's the type of time you really actually on. You know what I'm saying? So, I struggle somewhere between that type of understanding of the game versus there was also the aspect where I wanted to have certain platforms or I wanted to be able to touch certain audiences and I wasn't able to. And then nowadays you could get somebody from fucking Wisconsin and he'll be able to jump on these big cards and get notoriety that 10 years ago there was no way to obtain. And if they're talented enough, I think it is also dope. Like you said, it's a culture of youth, right? So you catch a 16-year-old kid from North Dakota and he just knows how to fucking rap. And it's dope that he could jump on a Spaces battle for iBattle, or what I'm saying, he'll get booked somewhere in Milwaukee or in
Oh,
LA.
you
So
spaces. That's the hugest evolution from. I didn't even think about. You said space. Yeah, bro. I totally didn't even mention spaces. But back to what you were saying.
it
Yeah,
was
that's a.
so how do you feel? Do you feel that's a good thing for the game? Those spaces, those battlers that damn well ain't finna do none of the shit they talking about, but they know how to put words together. Like you think that's good for the game, or do you think it takes away a little bit? Kind of from the culture where it comes from.
It's a little bit of both. A little bit of both. Because I mean, end of the day, even though this is a culture that people try to be as real as possible, allegedly. Because there's a lot of cat, even from a lot of niggas that you think ain't Ain't no cap. It's cap. It's a lot of cap. Not saying everybody on it, but it's a lot of cap. Period.
Yeah, nah,
But at the
I
same time,
I done ran down on a couple niggas that niggas think is
bro,
crazy. So I know what you mean.
you already know, son. As many runners that you had, I've probably had a lot more. You know what I'm saying? And I know what time it is, and niggas know what time it is with me too. You know what I mean? And ain't nobody never heard no bozo shit about me. You know what I
Yeah, that's a
mean?
fact.
So, um,
Do you think
yeah,
that plays into that narrative that battle rap is dying?
battle rap's not dying, bro. I mean, battle rap, it's battle rap is gonna last as long as hip hop lasts, as long as this whole shit lasts. I mean, it's gonna have its ups and downs like everything else, but it's never gonna like battle rap is around longer than all of us, bro. What are you talking about? You feel
That's a
me?
fact.
Like battle rap has been around as long as as long as hip hop has been
As
around.
long as the MC's
It,
been around.
it may have been in different forms, like it may not be the exact same way, but motherfucker, like yo, there was tapes of what's the old Grandmaster Caz in them, Cold Crush. There's nigga the tapes that I was watching the because I'm a hip hop nerd. I was watching the Run DMC. They got a Peacock
Documentary.
documentary,
Hmm.
and I didn't realize because Run DMC's old school to me. I didn't bang Run DMC coming up. That's kind of but I still respect him. I know some songs, but it's not like I was Run DMC is that's long. That's but so I didn't really know the origins of where they got they shit from because to me, like they was like the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But but then they hear DMC and he's talking about, oh, I got this from this tape, and he quoting bars from Grandmaster Caz in them battles from 1979. And he's like, this is why I rhyme like this because I heard it on this, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like I'm learning this shit I never knew because, and I've been around a long time, but But yeah, so anyway, to get to the point, how the fuck is battle rap how could battle rap die when battle rap was around for before Run DMC? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
And
even
it's
even before the actual like attacking the opponent, it was who could rock the crowd better.
right. So it's like I said, it's evolved. Obviously, it ain't the same like every, but it's like but the fact of person versus person, who's the better, whatever. That was one of the main elements for for as long as hip hop been around. So how the fuck is battle rap dying? I mean, there's gonna be times where it's not as popular. But that's just how shit go. You know what I'm saying? But as far as bad rap's dead, like how? Like there's a thousand fucking groups of there's a thousand Facebook groups. Niggas is on television. The shit is damn near mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
whether I agree with everything that's going on or not, to say battle rap is dead or dying. Why? Because Smack made that announcement and shit with the bread and all that. That's what niggas is tripping off of. I mean, and first of all, niggas got to find other ways to get it anyway. And if if you couldn't parlay your battle rap notoriety into something, like bro, that's some of the best promotion in the fucking world.
yeah, like Rome,
Like
like Math, like Hitman.
yeah, that's battle rap, yo like the shit that my battle rap face card got me, bro, is fucking insane. So you flip that shit into something. You know what I'm saying? Like like you just sit here thinking that okay, that the problem is all these motherfuckers are starting to think that they can make battle rap their career. That's where the and I come from the aspect where battle rap was never niggas' careers. Like we
Yeah,
gonna take care of you. We gonna take care of what we take care of, but bad rap is your career. Like that was so that's I think that's the mindset that people were starting to think like, oh, this is the NBA. I could be a URL over here and get 20,000 a battle or whatever because they were saying Surf free to wave because they were saying Surf talk that crazy shit because he was getting the fucking purse, a heavy purse, and especially in that caffeine era, niggas was getting dumb bags anyway.
yeah, it's facts.
But it's like, yeah, I mean, so yeah, people may not be getting those bags no more due to various reasons that some information I may or may not be privy to. But battle rap dying or dead, like how that's
It's
very
far fetched.
yeah, it's very inaccurate, bro.
All right, so let me ask you this, right? You know what I'm saying? You said earlier, and from conversations I've had with you, I know you kind of stepped away from, from the scene. So, you know, what are aspects of the culture right now that you kind of just disagree with? You're not really in line with, if you could take something away from the current, state of battle rap, what would it be?
If I could take something away,
You could take something away. Like in my case, I probably would take away bloggers, or at least some of them. You know what I mean? I would probably take away some of the bloggers. You know what I'm saying? But like in your opinion, what would you take away from it?
I mean, that's. I mean, there's a lot of great bloggers though, but there's a lot of them that definitely don't need to be held in this high regard as they are. It befuddles me how, and I'm speaking to nobody and everybody at the same time. Um, it befuddles me how a good amount of these and how a good amount of these guys never be outside and are viewed as authorities on a culture that's based on being outside. If you understand what I'm saying,
Yeah, no, I understand.
and,
That's
and, and that
very
and that
powerful.
that and that fucking that's fucking mind blowing to me, son. Like that's mind blowing to me, and people feel very comfortable behind this because when I'm gonna see you, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I firmly stand on what I say to you right here. I should be able to say the same shit when I see you, son. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, like you said, this shit it turned into a lot of TMZ. So everybody, it seems like nobody had conversations no more. Everybody, and keep in mind, I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a grown man that watches wrestling. My friends, I have good friends in WWE. I got good friends in AEW. Like I fucks with wrestling. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But battle rap ain't wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like like the thing is, wrestling we know it's strictly entertainment. Battle rap, they want you to think it's all real, but it's entertainment. But it's a
it
difference.
can't be
Like
both.
I know when I'm watching WWE, yeah, it's some hard hitting shit, but I know it's entertainment. But over here they try to use the same rules, but then they act like it's to say it's real. Like it's you know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's weird, like because how can you become an authority in something that you would never that you won't even step a foot in? And you know what I mean? But people respect it because this is the it's the
It's the man.
Wi-Fi culture. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
so I'm just saying, like, there should be certain criteria. There should be certain criteria for you to even be able to step in and have a voice. That's how I feel. There's a lot of people that just because you have numbers, and that's the thing. Everybody think numbers means you're an authority. Numbers just mean you entertaining. You know what I mean? And you cultivated, and props to anybody that's cultivated they following. Like, get that, get monetize all that. You know what I'm saying? Get all that. Like, kudos. Like, there's no hatred on that level. But it's like to be viewed as an authority on something that you would never step a foot in, or you know what I mean? Like you were square in that world. But when you can sit here and talk whatever, like there's nothing behind it. And I'm just saying in general, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, yeah.
or like a lot of things. So it's just weird to me, man. Like, you know what I mean? And then people have kind of made careers off of that, off of critiquing people that's,
It's really out here in the
actually
culture putting the work.
actually putting that pain in. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, now and there's people that are actually, that are real stat heavy and can and it can break this shit down like ESPN and you know what I'm saying, and people that have real valid real valid points and opinions and shit, like shit, we need more of that. You know what I'm saying? We need that. So I don't think everyone needs to be eradicated, but I do think that there needs to be a vetting process. And you know what I'm saying? And I know this culture is based off disrespect now, but a little respect go a long way, especially if you're trying to build if you're trying to build a platform. It would not now. I'm not saying that you should kiss ass or try to just cuddle up to someone just for whatever. But if you're calling yourself like a platform with like news and shit like that, there's nobody, it's kind of hard to not have some sort of bias.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely. Because everybody got their favorites. So speaking of favorites, right? This is a question. I want to ask pretty much every guest that I have on the show, but I think it just weighs a little bit more asking you. I don't think I know it weighs a little bit more asking you. So and this is a question I've had this question, man, throughout my entire career, and I've spoken to so many highly touted MCs and different people that put in stain in this culture, and like, so if you had to say, and you can name more than one, of course, but if you had to say, who do you think is really like the most underrated or underappreciated battle rapper?
Mac
In
Myron,
Mac Myron. Mac Myron's incredible.
underappreciated like a motherfucker. Mac Myron.
Yeah, and he's equipped, man. He got a deep bag, man. He could do a
Yeah.
lot of different things.
And I'm always gonna give it to the homie Mididu.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, facts. Murder,
but
murder.
Murder, one of my favorites, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, man.
Yeah, murder create moments. Murder. I've seen murder create moments while the other nigga was rapping.
Like whether it's bars, like he does some shit. He does some things. I'm like, yo, so why you do that shit? Like,
I
I
know
was,
exactly what you mean.
yeah, like I ain't gonna mention the moments ahead. So, but if you know the history of the eight of the battles that Murder's had, he's done some things in the battles, and I'm like. I mean, there's one particular moment I'm like, yo, fam, like I know what you do. I know what you do. Like, fuck all this. I know what you do. Like,
Mhm.
you gotta relax. Like, there was one particular thing that he did on camera, and I'm like, son, are you serious, bro? But yeah, but not murder, bro. Say
Yeah.
murder, man.
So murder,
That's
murder, and Mac Myron. Those are great choices.
yeah, yeah,
Those
yeah.
are great choices. Both big moment makers. All right, cool. So we're gonna wrap up in a second, but I just got a couple more questions for you. So, aside from what you would call the major leagues, which is Smack, Chrome 23, which I don't really like adding Chrome 23 into that section, but they have such a bag with Remy backing them. They have such a bag that they could put
Shot,
together certain matchups.
shot the rib. Oh, not to cut your wisdom. Like, I'm not in the forefront all day, but like I never left, yo. I still like I still be doing shit. Like
Yeah, yeah,
Pro 23, when they had the tournament, you know what I mean? Me and Direct, we came up with the whole judges system. I was running that with him. I just don't be out there tweeting and posting everything. So it's
publicizing. Yeah,
like I be on the side chilling. I don't be in everybody's face all day. Like you gotta keep in mind, I've been at more battles live than niggas have seen online,
on
sitting at
camera.
home.
Yeah,
You feel me?
that's a
So it's
fact.
like after a while, it's like, all right, cool, I'm good. Like I still, I still respect the scene, but sometimes you gotta step back. That shit burnt me out a little bit for a while. That's why I had to step back. I'm like, it was just a lot. Like you got to keep in mind, I was fucking with battle rap from before this. Like we pushed it, we developed it into this
What it is
entity
now,
that's a monster. But we keep in mind, but I was doing it from before that.
even
You know what
before
I
that.
mean?
Yeah,
From a teenager, from a kid. You know what I mean? Like so, like battle rap for 20 fucking years and shit. Like yo, you gotta. Sometimes you gotta step back. You gotta relax. Like come on, I'm a nigga that came from the cipher shit to the Blaze battle shit to the source battles, to fucking bragging rights, to scribble jams, to Fight Club.
Scribble
Nigga,
jams. I remember having scribble jams
nigga,
too.
I was a part of all of that shit. So we talking like, yo, bro, like eventually you gotta be like, I gotta step back. My fucking medulla gonna melt, nigga. Like,
Yeah,
so I had to step back for a minute, like, you know what I mean? But I'm still here. But the point I'm getting at is I'm still active in the culture. I'm just not in everybody's face all day. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
absolutely.
So like I'm not doing this shit every day, but I'm still doing major things. Like even during the pandemic, what the fuck we did? You know what I'm saying? Linked up with organic and them niggas. Fucking
Hmm.
gave away fucking $150,000 and shit. We
Yeah,
did the tournament. The Smack did the tournament. Like,
yeah.
you
Not
know what I
only
mean?
that, but they people got paid too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's what I'm saying.
Aside
So
from
like,
the bag.
yeah. So we was like, I still been active. I just ain't in everybody's face all day. I be chilling. I got to step back. Remember, it was social distancing, so I just distanced myself. Social media. So that, to me,
Yeah.
social distancing meant back when it meant distancing on social media too.
Social media. This I like. I'm gonna steal that from you. You know, we gonna trade. You know what I mean? We gonna trade. All right, cool. So yeah. So back to the question. So aside from your smacks and King of the Dots, Premiere out in UK, RBE, let's throw Chrome 23 in there. So aside from those, what they would call the big leagues, who do you think's putting out the best content right now in battle rap?
I battle, man. Come
Yeah, they
on,
put
man.
they putting out a lot of it too.
Never go against the team, nigga. Fuck you talking about, man.
Yeah. Nah, and they putting out a lot of it, man. The work ethic that they got over there is absolutely incredible, man. 2, 3 events a
And,
month.
where did Lex learn that from?
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I mean? He learned well.
Yeah, that's absolutely facts. All right, cool. So last question for you, man. Do, you know, it's a little bit of it's probably a thinking man's question. It might not be so easy to do just off the cuff like that. But if you had to build the perfect battler. You know what I'm saying? What's the, let's say, five, maybe 5 to 7 if you feel like it deserves it. Give me 5 to 7 attributes that you feel like the absolute perfect top notch battler would have.
Believability first. You need believability because if I believe what you're saying, then that shit don't mean nothing.
Yeah,
And
hey,
I
real
don't. And I
quick, yo, if
don't.
y'all tuned in, somebody in the comments, can you actually write these out? You know what I'm saying? I want people to be able to go and see this in the comment section. So somebody, I know Rob Trey in the comments. You usually the one that hold it down, bro. Just list these if you don't mind. So believability
Yeah,
is number one.
this is on top. This is on top of the head. This is me. This is me smoking too.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
this,
medicated,
but
medicated.
still. Okay, I said believability. Um, versatility, which meaning being able to switch. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta call an audible. Sometimes you might have to, do a little 4 bar freestyle. You might have to do a little a rebuttal. Oh, that Ben Wild rebuttal was stupid, by the way. You know what I
Appreciate you.
mean? That Ben Wild rebuttal was crazy.
Yeah, I had to pull that out the bag, man. I needed something, it came to me, thank God.
That Ben Wild rebuttal was crazy. But yeah, so but that shows versus okay, because there will be a time when people would just go into their written verse, and it's like, all right, that written verse might be tough, but me feeding off what this nigga just said and the ability to just be able to do that freely and get into what you like that attribute is a major attribute because if you didn't have the attribute, you wouldn't be able to you know rebuttal. Like,
Yeah, stand with people like Swave.
so that versatility, which means to be able to switch between the rebuttals and the writtens and shit, the freestyles and the writtens, whatever have you. Uh, this is over. Uh, stage presence, because you got to be able to command the crowd.
Absolutely.
Uh, straight up, you know, but that with crowd control, that go. I guess that goes into the just the people. That just goes in. That also goes into, I guess, the how do I word it? Anyway, okay, whatever. Believability, crowd control. Obviously, just being able to perform under pressure. Like okay, if you're getting paid, if you're getting paid to battle, you know what I'm saying? Period.
Mhm.
If you're getting paid to battle, like people look at this shit like this shit is fun, which it should be because I mean, if it's not fun, why the fuck is you doing it?
Yeah, facts.
But it's also a job. So it's like if I'm going to work, I can't be up there fucking up. That means I'm not doing my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, end
Yeah,
of the day, people may make mistakes, but
yeah.
if
So it's the
like
consistency. It's the consistency, the effort showing.
exactly. But you need, but that goes into like, all right, the other like being able to go into the freeze or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, if you're paying somebody to perform, you got to do your job. And a lot of time people just forget that. Like a lot of these rappers don't realize, like, yo, fam, this is a job too. This is a job. Like, so knowing these lyrics and you going up there actually being able to get the material out, that's a part of the job. You know what I'm saying? So, just the lyrics, of course, the bars, of course, and then and then at the end of that, then your ability to your 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 um your fan reach. You got to be able to, you got to be able to build a gate for yourself too. So that factors in too. I mean,
So the
so
brand.
so so yes, the brand. So I guess that's where the socials and all that come into play and how you interact with people and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I guess that's where the numbers will come into play. So I guess numbers do matter a little bit, but I don't focus on the numbers. But you should be able to have some numbers as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Especially if you out here doing this. Like how you out here doing this, you ain't got 1,000 followers. If you've been doing this for X amount, like you got to be able to build and have people that support you. Like I need to go in, I want to be able to go on your page, go on your IG, and be like, oh, and see niggas fuck with you. Like, yo, City, we in next battle. Da, 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 da. Oh, I see that people actually fuck with you. I don't want to see a fucking post from 2 months ago that got 14 likes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, facts.
The fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I do want to see a little bit of the numbers and shit as well, but it's not
Yeah,
but
so
it's not the end all be all. You know what I
the
mean?
branding and the marketing.
But definitely you need to be able to do that, especially if you want to stand out in this sea of what I mean, battle rappers and shit.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, cool. Well, listen, man, Pan, I greatly appreciate your energy as always, man. I appreciate. I know it was short notice too, man. You coming up on the show and share, especially the
Hell
origin
yeah,
stories for the people that that don't know. Now, you know what I mean. Now they're a little bit more educated. You know what I'm saying, on a piece of the really, like I said, a pillar of the culture. You know what I'm saying? But let the people know where to find you, man. You know what I'm saying? I was, it's funny. I tell y'all a funny story before we get out of here, man. I went to Brooklyn to go scoop up Penn, and I jump up. I'm on North Street Ave. I double park and shit. I jump out the whip, and then I see him. What's up, man? Hey, he's outside, he ready to go. I say, yo, bro. And I was in a Ben. I was in a '07 Benz, and I ain't have no music, and it didn't have the Bluetooth for the music. Only had the Bluetooth for the phone. So I'm like, yo, you got a CD? And when I tell you this nigga clowned me for like 8 minutes, we got we got to the venue late and everything. He was like, CD, nigga. What the fuck? But you got me a CD though. You got me one of the tapes. You know what I'm saying? We bumped that shit all the way to the venue, little 40-minute drive to the venue, you know what I'm saying? So we had at least we had some music. So yo, where can they find your music, man?
just I mean, some of the both of the I got two albums on the all the streaming
Spotify's, Apple
platforms.
Music, yeah.
Yeah, I got, so I got just go over there, just type in Poison Pen, you know what I'm saying? But all the newer stuff, just go to my socials and shit and get at me, at Poison Pen BK on the IG, at Poison, Poison Pen BK everywhere.
Yeah, facts, Twitter.
Twitter, all that good shit, everything Poison Pen BK. So And we going on a road in a few months. Actually, we going out with then we doing a few dates with Bone Thugs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Coming
that's
up.
fire.
Yeah, so that should be pretty good. It should part my allergies, yo. You know what I mean? When the winter's over, allergies come. I need my clarity and all that. So I'm out here looking crazy, but fuck it, man. I don't care. It don't matter.
Nah, yo, my brother, I greatly appreciate your energy, man. Thank you so much for jumping on the show.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, yo, they closed the cheesesteak spot, son. They closed that shit, son.
Oh, the shit that we went to. Oh, that you know what though? That made me
Yeah.
happy because at least I got to experience it.
Yeah, they closed that shit, yo. They
Yeah,
closed that
that's
shit for
crazy,
pandemic, yo. And now this shit is like a fucking Spanish spot and shit. Like they
man.
they
At
they,
least that
they
motherfucker ain't
violated.
Starbucks, man.
Well, but still, it might as well be, man. There's a million. So this Spanish spots. This is New York. This Spanish spots all over. Like respectfully, we ain't need another one on that corner. You could have kept that
Yeah,
spot
that's a
right there.
fact.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You could have
that
kept that
cheesesteak
one
was
little
fire too.
Tony Lokes, man. That's my shit, man. That shit going, son.
Yeah, that shit crazy, man. Yeah, my big cuz just came home. Nigga did 24. They let him
Oh
out a
man,
year early because of the COVID shit or whatever. You know how niggas gotta. So he got out. He violated parole. He got to finish his sentence. But
damn.
yeah, stupid nigga. But he came home, and when he came home, man, I picked him up and I drove him around, and he was like, nigga ain't know what to do because the whole hood looked different. Everything different from what you know what I mean, from what he was used to and shit in the '90s. And he got bagged up in the '90s and shit. So I can imagine, man, that shit's crazy to lose a staple spot like that.
Yeah, man. Word. Hell yeah. But yeah, man. Good talk, man. We continue on. You know what I mean? Later or whatever. How you hopefully, y'all got whatever info you deemed appropriate. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about a million other things and shit, but I actually supposed to be going to this fucking show and shit right now. I was like, yo, I told him I was gonna be a little late because I think the shit's over at like 10:30. I might have to hop in this Uber right quick, but
Oh sheesh. Yo, Pen,
it
like
is
I
what it
said, man,
is.
greatly appreciate you, man.
You already, man.
I'm gonna
We
tap in with
build,
you,
my
brother.
bro. I bet.
Yo, man, I appreciate all y'all from jumping on, man. Episode 2, City Views. Like I said, we're gonna try to do this every Monday, every Thursday. That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? Bring you the origin stories from some of y'all favorites, some of the newcomers, some local talent, some of the legends in the game. Not only just battle rappers, but staples such as Poison Pen. We got a really dope episode coming Monday. The only hint I'll give you is a very legendary battle rapper from Canada. He's gonna jump up on here, and we gonna have a nice little conversation about some of the origin stories outside of just the U.S. And then on Thursday, I'm tapped in with one of the biggest up and comers right now. So just join the lives, man. It's gonna be 8:30 p.m. We're gonna try to keep it to 8:30 to 9. It's a little half-hour shows. I'm not the biggest fan of the long shows, but with somebody so legendary like Poison Pen, man, you gotta ask the right questions and you gotta let them talk. You know what I'm saying? So we know we're gonna start working on clipping a couple of different segments, throwing them on reels and shit, man. I greatly appreciate y'all energy. I appreciate y'all sharing, liking, joining the lives. And if you want to get an interview up here, man, you're more than welcome to DM me. I'm not interviewing everybody, respectfully. And it might be later down the line or anything, but I do want to tap in with everybody and give everybody kind of or as many people as I can I feel merited their opportunity to speak. So like I said, man, I appreciate y'all. C-Boy, the Red Cup Kid, big New England shit. Shout out to Tariq LaFleur, man. You know what I mean? Doing this thing on the RBE shit. Shout outs to, all the dope events coming, man. Shout outs to NBA. Got a crazy event coming. Tap in with them. Shout out to Rez. He been doing his thing out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, TBL and Chilla and, a Shark Tank coming back very, very soon. So stay up for that. Unfollow me on all social media here.